the I, the L, the J, the I, the M, the Y, little Jimmy.
What's up, everybody? It's your man, Little Jimmy. Man, welcome to Got a Question. Man, there's no such thing as a dumb question, but it could be funny. Yeah, I'm here with one of my favorite people that I met, and she's like super duper awesome. This is Georgia State Senator Nan Orrock. How you doing, Miss Orrock?
Welcome.
Thank you so much, man. Hey, let's get into this. You're a state senator.
That's right.
You sit on various committees here in the Georgia State House, right?
That's right.
Like appropriations, finance, and stuff like that, right?
That's right. Health, education.
Man, wow. You have been in the Senate for a long time. You've been serving the community and serving your constituents for a while. Got a question.
Shoot.
Can I
be like you? You can be like you. We're all different. We all have different contributions to make. We all have our own thoughts and our own way of looking at the world, and we all have our own life experience. And that starts from a very young age. And so you can be you, which is the best thing of all.
Wow. I can be me. Wow, thank you, Miss Orrock. Orrock, I'm sorry. I'm going to get it right. But got a question. Your name is Nan, N-A-N. Is that short for something, or is that your whole name?
I was named Nancy, and I've always been called Nan.
Nan, you know, one of the things I like about that, Nan, in when I looked at your service and all the things you did and how you care about our young people and stuff like that, it's like, I thought it was like short for Nana.
Oh, well now that's what my granddaughters call me.
Wow.
So little Jimmy, you're on the ball.
Hey, everything is cool. And I won't even take that as a head joke. Well, got a question.
Yeah.
Why be a state senator?
Well, state senators are members of the Senate, and we have the Senate does very important things. How much is your college tuition going to be? How much are you going to have scholarships? Are you going to have scholarships that help out people with low incomes? Are you going to be able to get the training after high school that you want to have to make your decisions about what kind of work you want to do and how you're going to fit into the world? That's just one thing that we do over here at the state capitol. The House and the Senate do that together. We set the budget. How much money is going to be put into our public education system? Are we going to have a Medicaid for all? Are people going to have access to health care? Are women going to be safe when they're they're giving birth to a newborn? Are they going to make it through all right because things can go wrong? All those decisions, health decisions, hospitals, doctors and health providers, everything, the roads, the bridges, the justice system, all of these things are for Georgia. We set the budget on what's going to get funded and what's not going to get funded. And so it makes a big difference to be here and be bringing the experiences of the people that elect me to the policy table here, where as we set up the rules and regulations and laws, it makes a big difference. It makes a huge difference, and I ran to be a voice for my people.
Wow! Hey, all I can say is this: boy, y'all got a good one. Yeah, I tell you, you guys are lucky. I almost want to move to where you are so that you can be my representative.
Well, I don't know where you live, but everybody, no matter where they live, has a senator, and a state senator, and a state representative. And you also have county commissioners and school board members and city council members and mayors. There are a lot of people that run for office to help make a difference and to solve problems and to work to make government work for the people. And it's important work, and it's not for everybody, but I've been doing it a long time, and I think it's important to have people that are caring and connected to their community and not afraid to speak up.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about. That's a nana for you. I tell you, because the nanas just speak up and they also get a switch. Wow, got a question. How important is the focus on education for kids like me and my friends, and how important is that to you in your job?
Very important. You know, public education is something that ages ago this country decided that every child was going to have access to education, that we were going to have a public education system, because before that, if your mom and dad were loaded up with money, they could go and get you tutors and go send you to private schools, and they had whatever dollars it took to get you access to education. Having a public school system that we support and promote and invest in, that's the future. That's for the next generation. We need the next generations coming along to be in all these positions, making decisions, and to be, it's called civic engagement. That's the big long word for it. But it means being involved in public affairs and working for the public to see that things are done right and fairly and equally. And you know, we have a lot of history of past discrimination that we have a big job to undo and to repair, and to see that all people are treated equally, and all people have equal access, and all people have a shot at having their life work for them and being a success, and having healthy families.
Wow. And you know, Mr. Orrock, one of the things that I focus on, that my team focuses on, is getting into that public education system to bring something positive to our young people outside of just the curriculums and things like that. Because if you see on my shirt, I say start, stay, finish, always positive. So that you can learn and things like that, and make sure the literacy rates go up and our math rates go up.
Yeah.
And so all these things that we do on our side of the fence sounds like the same kind of focus that you have. So
that's right. It's to stay positive and move forward and solve problems and identify solutions and continue to invest and improve our public education.
Absolutely. So
and do it from a positive point of view.
Absolutely. So since I see that connection, got a question. Since you work on the appropriations committee, would it be appropriate for us to work together and tackle these things together? Like a Nana Jimmy team?
Well, that sounds like a great idea. Let's explore that. Let's stay positive.
Absolutely. Got a question. We're getting close to the end here. Tell me one project that you worked on in the past, or that you're working on now, that just really, really gives you a lot of energy and a lot of stick-to-itiveness.
There you go. Well, I have a real strong commitment to seeing that in Georgia we have grants for children from families that are low income, grants for post-secondary training, grants to make it possible for you to graduate from high school and go on to seek more training to do the work that you want to do. What excites you? You know, what you believe you're good at. I just was talking to a young man who is going to be going into learning how to work on airplanes, and he's going to be going to one of our technical schools, and that's an example of that. He's pretty sure that's what he's feeling called to do. And we have grants in our technical colleges to come and get trained to be a truck driver. We're in high need of truck drivers, trained on computers, trained in healthcare, providing healthcare, just loads and loads and loads of opportunities. But we don't have a program that has grants set aside for people who need help paying for higher education after high school. And there's 2 states in the country that don't have those grants, and that's New Hampshire and Georgia.
Wow.
48 states have grants. They call them needs-based grants, and that means you have a need. You're not in a position to fund your education without some help.
Wow.
And so rather than having those students seek low-paying jobs that are not very exciting, and they're not going to be the thing that makes you get up in the morning and feel good about yourself and feel positive when you're blocked from getting the education that you want. So we need to put that in place in Georgia, and it doesn't. I'm not talking about, oh, you're an A student, we're going to give you a grant.
Right.
No, I'm talking about you have talent, drive. You want to go to the top, and you want to pour your energy into getting yourself ready to be a grown up that's on a path to success.
Wow.
Let's find you the grant money that'll allow you to get through school. And I tell you what, little Jimmy, you know who told me about this?
Who did?
The counselors that are in the high schools.
Wow.
Who came to me and they sat in this office and they said, Senator Orrock, we see so many children that want to go to college, want to get training, want to get access to the skills to get a good job, and they can't do it because their family doesn't have the money. And
Wow.
we need to have the program in place for those children and those families to have a pathway to higher education.
Wow.
So that's a very and so the high school counselors say they see children every day who should be in higher education, have aspirations, would like to be, but they're flipping burgers
Wow.
because their families don't have the extra money that it takes, and education the cost of education has gone way up, and you'll see all of these students with big debts.
Wow.
And that's no way to start off, to finish your training and then have a huge debt that you can never pay off.
Wow.
That we don't want people saddled with debt. So needs-based grants for post-secondary education after you get through your high school. And we've also got some good dual enrollment programs that we need to popularize and let more people know about, where you could be in high school
Yes,
and also be enrolled, taking higher ed courses at a technical college or a community college or at one of our universities. So
Wow.
and here's another thing that's
You got another thing.
yeah,
Go ahead.
another thing, and that is that we need more counselors in school. We need more social workers. We need more school psychologists. We need more of those folks that help young people succeed.
Wow.
Everybody needs a bridge over troubled waters, right?
Yes,
Everybody needs somebody they can go to, and sometimes that might not be somebody in your family or somebody in your home.
Yes, ma'am.
It's someone who's been trained and has been invested their time, and their job that they chose is to support students to be successful.
Wow.
And we don't have enough of them. I think we have one counselor for one school social worker for every 2,000 kids. That's not enough.
No, that's not.
And you know what? Our teachers go and get trained to be in the classroom and to help children learn their math, learn their English, their writing, all those basic skills that you got to have nowadays, and that you want to have. And you don't want people coming out of high school that are illiterate. That have never been able to wrap their heads around a strong reading skills.
Yes, ma'am.
Strong reading skills mean everything in the world. But if you have the teachers that can teach, and you have the school social workers, the school counselors, the school psychologists, to work with kids on their issues so that they're ready to learn,
Yes, ma'am.
that's a successful combination, and we need to fund those positions that we're not funding adequately now.
Absolutely. Wow, that was an amazing answer, and it just gave me a lot of chills because it's so funny because one of the people in our team, she's an educator, and Miss Collette is seeing all the things from on the inside on the high school level, and it gives her energy knowing that the things that we're trying to accomplish through Little Jimmy is to help them deal with those distractions.
Right.
You know, those outside
the
distractions, and that's one of our pet peeves. But literacy is totally one of our things, making reading fun, because once reading is fun, then it's fun to learn.
And everybody's brain isn't the same. We all have different things going on in our brain. And some people learn one way, and some people learn another way. And if you have the trained people at school that can help you figure out what's the best way to learn that works for you, then that's a success story.
Absolutely.
And that's why investing in those positions is the best thing we can do for our kids.
Wow, and it's so funny. I'm gonna kind of overlook that stuff that's going on in their heads because, as you can probably tell, I got a lot of stuff swimming up in this thing.
Yeah, you know how that is. You know how that is.
Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna bring this to a close, and you've been awesome with your time, and I'm just so inspired. And I hope that you guys are inspired by what Miss Orrock is doing, and on behalf of your families and your children and the things she supports. She's been doing it for a long time. Got a question.
Your question first, then I'm going to tell you something else.
Got you. Well, can I be your grandson?
I don't have a grandson. Yeah, that would be good because I have granddaughters, but I'm looking for a grandson.
See, look, don't we look like twins?
So what I wanted to tell you also that when you're in high school and you're age 12 to 18, you can come to the Capitol and be a page for the day for my Senate office, for any of the senators, or for any of the House members. And it's a good chance to see government in action, see what goes on down here. And I will tell you, I know people that first came to the Capitol when they were a page in high school, and they went on to run for office and come down here and be a House member or be a state rep or be a state senator. So the people at your school can connect you up, or your parents sometimes can connect you with the senators and the state reps and get you scheduled between January, February, and March is when we're in session. So that's something, and we welcome students from schools all over the state.
Wow. Got a question. I know I'm attractive and everything, but do you think my beauty would be a distraction if I was a page for you?
Well, that's something we'd have to talk about. I think it depends on the age of the page.
Well, I'm 12.
Well, we'll have to look into that.
Okay. Well,
we do have mascots come down here from teams, and we have the watermelon queen and the peach queen and the cloggers and the athletes. We have everybody down here, so I'm sure there's room for little Jimmy.
Well, for one thing, I'm like Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. Last question.
Yes.
Do you have a question for me?
Tell me how people see you on...
You gotta say got a question.
Got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do people tune in to see your show?
Wow, that's an awesome question to ask. Man, it's going to be on multiple networks, but right now you can go to our YouTube page.
Okay.
It's called Got a Question, Gotta. Got a Question with Lil Jimmy. And you're going to see this episode, and we're working on getting on various networks.
Great.
But we need somebody that can appropriate some funds to help us. You know, but Miss Orrock, I just tell you, it's a pleasure. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, little Jimmy.
Thank you so much for coming on Got a Question.
I'm glad we met on a sunny Saturday at a community festival.
Absolutely. Best place to meet people. Hey guys, this is Got a Question with little Jimmy. Senator Nan Orrock. Man, my new grandmama. See you later.
The L, the I, the L, the J, the I, the M, the Y, little Jimmy.